Hello everyone, my name is Basti and I'm an independent trader with years of experience in the crypto markets. If you're looking for the latest information for daily chart analysis, and if you're looking for trading predictions as well as trading news, then you've come to the right place. Let's go. Good morning everybody and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by to watch, and as you can see already on the screen, I have the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin where not a whole lot has happened. However, one good sign is that the price remains above the $40,000 line, and that is indeed a good sign. Another good sign is we seem to be forming an uptrend here, as you can see, and this is also to be seen on the smaller time frames. However, here on the 4-hour chart we can see that as well, and that the 21 EMA line is currently giving us good support for Bitcoin. So all of that put together is a good thing. On the 1-hour time frame, we can see that, of course, we have this liquidation hunting that the market makers produced a couple of days ago. And of course, for them, this has been a game that is giving them a lot of money and a lot of profits. So for us, the name of the game is a bit different, and that is we don't or shouldn't pay attention to the patterns that you might find at the moment. They have no effect. However, it is important that you do pay attention to the volume, that you do pay attention to the resistance and support lines, and then you base your strategy based on those elements. So we do have support here, support here, support here, and then again support here. And for us in this smaller time frame, it is important that we get over the EMA ribbon here, or EMA line. That would be around $40,800 US, and then there's a lot of potential to go up to 41,700 or 41,800 US if we manage to get across this EMA line. On the daily chart, another encouraging element is that yesterday we had a close above our 50 EMA line. Yep, you heard that right. Finally, we have a close above this line, and that means if today we manage to close above, let's say 41,000 US, then there is a good chance that we'll continue to move upwards. However, we do remain inside our consolidation phase. In fact, let's go back. This is something I show you guys, the Wyckoff accumulation pattern, and I was mentioning that we are in this accumulation 2 phase, and of course you can find all the information regarding that in yesterday's video if you're interested. And so we had previously our consolidation phase over here, and currently we find ourselves in another consolidation phase here. And one has to say, of course, currently the situation is boring. Rather, we just keep moving up and down this zone here, and that would probably continue to be the case. We also have, for example, if we look at it here, we do have a big double bottom, but then we also have here another double bottom, and that's one here, and then another double bottom. So of course there's really, we have to stay relaxed here. I don't know if we can read too much into that at the moment. However, before we see a explosion, move to the $50,000 price line, we first have to take out these two highs at 44,500 US before we actually can say, we've made it, and now the price continues to move up. For the day traders among us, of course, it's important we don't take out the low here on the smaller time frames. If the price manages to drop, it better be that we hold above $40,000. That is a very important psychological price. And then we can even draw here a small resistance line. The one that if we manage to get across it, then we can of course move into this area over here that I just explained to you. Now let's have a look at the news, and I found this interesting article where it states that the amount of people who are coming into the market to buy Bitcoin and then save it in the HODL portfolio, the sort of for the long run, if you will, has been increasing since the first big drop that we had after our previous all-time high. It means that people are looking at Bitcoin still as an asset that they can invest their money in and then keep it there, not for the immediate profit or immediate profit taking and so on, but rather as an investment for the future. That is, of course, again, very bullish and very good news for Bitcoin overall. Then there is other graphic that I wanted to show you guys, where we see it is the weekly movement in the price for Bitcoin. Here we have the EMA lines that similarly to how we are at the moment, and you can see on the right of the screen. Previously here on the left, we had this movement up and down between these two lines that once they crossed each other, there was a big drop in the price. Now, does that mean that for us right now there's a drop incoming? Not necessarily. Yes, the behavior, or at least the way that the lines are being drawn here, are similar to what we already had here on the left. But I personally don't think that we're going to see the price drop below at least $20,000. And in fact, and you can, of course, let me know in the comments if you think otherwise and maybe explain why you think that is. However, I personally believe that the probabilities are higher that the price will rise again. Because when you compare it to the traditional markets, after the Corona crash, after the news about the war, all this stuff that have been happening lately, the markets drop and behave very poorly. Of course, they react in strong ways. Bitcoin has also reacted, but it does it in a sideways range. So at first look, that is a solid sign. Now let's go over and look at what Ethereum is doing. And of course, it also is going through a very boring phase. Not a whole lot has been happening. In fact, I've already drawn here, of course, these circles where, just to highlight where every time we've had resistance. And of course, as you can see, we seem to be having trouble at the moment to get over the EMA line, the 50 EMA line here. It could be a symmetrical triangle formation, but I would be very cautious in any case, so long as we don't manage to get above the $2,800 price line. Now let's go and have a look at Everdome. And as you can see, there is something happening with Everdome once again. That is, of course, they have announced, I think today or tomorrow, probably today, they're going to start selling what they call land. And so, of course, you'll see a reaction to that in the market. Another thing, of course, is if you want to buy land in the metaverse here, then you do have to buy their currencies. So that is one of the explanations why the price is rising and probably will continue to rise, as they do have some interesting projects coming down the pipe. Now, right now, of course, we are trying to get above the 5-cent price, and I see this going to 6 or 7 cents in the near future. In fact, if we look at the daily chart or the 4-hour chart, we are above our EMA ribbons. And that is, of course, a good sign. And they have even crossed, which is yet again another very good sign. So yeah, very exciting to see what happens with Everdome. Now let's have a look at Bitcoin's dominance. And obviously, if we are trading sideways in price, that also means that the dominance is moving sideways as well. You can see here, we remain in this above this area here, and I think, of course, in the near future we're going to go up to 45% in the dominance. But that just goes to say, of course, that even though there are exceptions like Everdome, for example, for the altcoins at the moment, there's not really much happening, or at least they're not performing the same way that Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin drops, and I keep repeating this, then the altcoins will do 3 or 4 times even harder than Bitcoin does. And if Bitcoin goes up, then they also go up, but not as much as Bitcoin does. So it is not the altcoin season. It's not starting, at least not right now, even if somebody tells you that you should be, take that with a grain of salt. However, of course, for the whole portfolio, and this is not financial advice, but for the whole portfolio, it is a good opportunity, of course, to get in and just, have some of those assets for the long term in your portfolio. Anyway, now let's go and take another look back at Bitcoin, so I can clarify again what I meant with the point that at the moment trading chart patterns is very difficult. So, for instance, we here on the daily chart have what it could be an ascending triangle that could make us wait all the way until May before we see a breakout towards the upside, or maybe even towards the downside. Or if we look at it differently, then we have a symmetrical triangle that has 50 and 50% chance of either going up or down. And the price tag would be at 50,500 or 29,500 US dollars. So depending on which direction it goes. So that is why we have this fake out here, but we remain inside this pattern. And so as you can see, we have two patterns that could be playing out, or maybe they don't play out at all. So I personally don't take this into consideration for the near future because they don't really seem to be playing out the way that they usually do. And that is all for today. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It is completely free. You hit the notification bell. And then if you're liking the content that we're putting out from Monday through Friday, then please go ahead and do me a favor. Please hit the like button so that YouTube knows that our content is good and they can show it to other people as well, and we can continue to grow. And then that way you can, of course, be a part of our community. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Basti. Bye-bye.